Hare Krishna. Today we are discussing Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, text number 7. This text is very important and many people try to by heart this verse. कारपण्य-दोषोपहता-svabhāvaḥ पृcchāmi tvām dharma-sammūḍha-cetāḥ yat śreyaḥ syāt niścitam brūhi tatme śiṣyas aham śādhi tvām prapannam. So here Arjuna is changing his role from a friendship to the discipleship. kārpaṇya-doṣo, because of miserliness and confusion, pehtas, because of this weakness, doṣa, pṛcchāmi tvām, I am asking you, Krishna, dharma-sammūḍha-cetāḥ, I am confused regarding my duties. Yat śreyaḥ, what is good for me? Niścitam, certainly, without any confusion, please tell me, brūhi tatme. Now I am no more your friend, my dear Lord, I am your disciple. śiṣyas aham. Śiṣya means the disciple. śādhi tvām prapannam. I am getting surrendered to you, my dear Lord. Please tell me what is good for me. So this is a life-changing situation for Arjuna, that he is accepting his spiritual master. So in the purport also Srila Prabhupada mentions that by nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is a perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach the bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach the bona fide spiritual master to get free from these perplexities of life, which happens without our desire. It is just like a forest fire. Nobody wants forest fire, but it happens without anybody's knowledge. So similarly, the world situation is such that the perplexities of life automatically comes in our life, even if you don't want it, and it without wanting such a confusion. So no one wants fire, and yet it takes place and we become perplexed. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises, in order to solve our problems of life, the perplexities of life, to understand the science of the solution, one must approach to the spiritual master who is in disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not therefore remain in material perplexities, but one should approach to the spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse, that Krishna is changing his position from the friend to the spiritual master, and Arjuna is also changing his position from friend to the spiritual disciple. Who is the man in perplexities? Let us analyze this. So the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 3.8.10 gives the description of the perplexed man. It says, Yo va etad aksharam gargi advitiyamasal smal lokat preti sakripanaha. So he is the miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human, and who quits this world like cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. This human form of life is most valuable asset for living entity who can utilize it for solving their perplexities. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is called a miser. On the other hand, the definition of a Brahmana is also given as Yah etad aksharam gargi viditvasmala lokat preti sa brahmanaha. One who utilizes his human form of life very carefully and engages his time in self-realization. The kripanas or a miserly person waste their times in being overly affectionate for the family, for friends, for country, etc. In material conception of life, one is often attached to the family life, especially wife, children, and other members on the basis of skin disease. I am white, I am black, all the skin disease is there. The kripana thinks that he is able to protect the family, and he can protect himself also from the death, and he can protect family also from the death. And he also thinks that family and society will help him to protect from death. So Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from the death were the actual actual cause of his perplexities. Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still, on account of the miserly weakness, he could not discharge the duties. He is therefore asking Lord Krishna, the Supreme Spiritual Master, to make a definite solution. He offers himself, Krishna, as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciples are serious. And now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master. Krishna is therefore original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna is the first disciple for understanding Bhagavad Gita. How Arjuna understands Bhagavad Gita is stated in Gita itself. And yet the foolish mundane scholars explain that one should not submit to Krishna, but we should submit to the unborn within Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna's within and Krishna's without. And one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. kārpaṇya-doṣopahata-svabhāvaḥ pṛcchāmi tvām dharma-sammūḍha-cetāḥ yat syāt niścitam brūhi tatme śiṣyas aham śādhi tvām prapannam. Hare Krishna.